In the U.S., stock index futures pointed to a higher open despite heightened fears of a bitter trade dispute between the U.S. and major economies around the world. Now, the moves in pre-market trade come shortly before initial U.S. and Chinese tariffs are due to take effect. On the data front, factory orders for May are expected to be published at around 10 a.m. Eastern Time, with light vehicle sales data for June set to follow later in the session. And in Asia, stocks tumbled today with China markets bouncing back after recording sharp losses earlier in the session as other major regional markets closed mixed. Mainland China markets rebounded in the afternoon after declining during the morning session. The Shanghai Composite added 0.39%, and the Shenzhen Composite gained 0.76%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index declined 1.44%, and Japan's Nikkei 225 closed lower by 0.12%. In South Korea, the Kospi finished above the flat line, advancing 0.05%. Let's get to the world of commodities there. German industry giant Thyssenkrupp and Indian behemoth Tata recently signed a memorandum of understanding on the merger of their European steel operations, a move aimed at addressing overcapacities in the market. But what will this mean for global steel industry, and how significant is the merger in relation to steel prices? Pamela Basiduk, research analyst with financial derivatives company, has more to tell us. Good afternoon, Pamela. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Timothy.
Now, the recent merger between Tata Steel and Thyssenkrupp will create Europe's second biggest steel company. What are the implications of this merger on the global steel industry?
Okay, so first of all, Tata Group is an Indian multinational conglomerate and is the largest emerging conglomerate in the world. And then they're into the production of steel, the making of cars, and even provide technology and IT services. So, after having said that, the merger between Tata Steel, a subsidiary of the Tata Group, and the German conglomerate steel company Thyssenkrupp will lead to a merged company controlling approximately 30% of this global steel market, and that would make it the second largest European steel company after ArcelorMittal, which controls approximately 26% of the global market. So this merger indicates that the steel market is consolidating. And what this means is that we're seeing a reduction in the number of suppliers globally. So it's the beginning of the bargaining power is shifting from consumers to suppliers, and consolidation is good for this global steel industry in the sense that it leads to investment, it creates economy of scale in terms of it helps to save costs, and then it creates economy of scope as well, as it helps these companies operate efficiently. And then if you the global demand so far for steel is at 1,719 million tons, while the global supply is approximately 1,709 million tons. So there's still an incentive for an increase in prices. So what we're seeing is that companies are consolidating in order to take advantage of the potential increase in prices. But let's not forget that it could be clouded by the current tariff wars between the imposed by the U.S.
All right, let's get back here in Nigeria. Of course, Nigeria has a huge dormant steel industry, Ajaokuta Steel Complex, Delta Steel, etc., as the country imports approximately 25 metric tons of steel annually. With the rehabilitation of the Ajaokuta mill after 4 decades, do you think Nigeria can be competitive in the global steel market? And what do we need to do to achieve this?
Okay, it's going to be quite a huge task for Nigeria to be competitive, seeing as our steel mill has not been in operation for over 40 years. And then considering the fact that the market is consolidating and is getting more competitive with few players controlling prices or determining prices, it will be quite difficult for Nigeria at this moment to achieve international competitiveness without a proper strategic alliance with international companies that are globally competitive in terms of technologies and in terms of sourcing out for resources. So right now, I don't think Nigeria, in terms of scale, in terms of scope, we are not there yet, and we are not ready to be competitive.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Pamela. Pamela Basiduk is one of the research analysts with Financial Derivatives Company. Still to come, Nigeria Mortgage Refinance Company seeks approval to triple the size of its debt program. Details in a moment. Do stay with us.